Well, it's drawing to an end. We're going to end our anime season series today with a Bandai sponsored review. This is going to be our super awesome Gundam Explosion segment. We're going to be taking a look at a character from their Gundam Infinity series. If you're not familiar with this, it's a collection of Gundams from across different mediums, whether it be cartoons, manga, graphic novels, etc. And it's a build-a-figure wave. So you get a series of these guys and you get to build the Zaku. This one comes with his body. We've in the past looked at two other characters, one from Gundam Wing, another was Gundam Barbados. So we'll have some links to those reviews as well. But we'll start taking a look here at the package of this guy. Not a whole lot to it. Basically just shows you the character, his weapons. You get a little picture that from the manga there on the corner. And then on the back it's showing you everyone else in the wave and what you need to complete to build the Zaku. One of the characters just comes with the weapons, so you don't really need all of them to build the character, but you do need the final segment if you want to have any accessories with the guy. What I like about the Gundam Infinity series, as they show you on the back of the package too, is that you could kind of mix and match. You can't mix and match pieces, but you can mix and match weapons and sort of just have a interesting mashup of characters and their accessories, which you can really do with any of them. Even if you wanted to take some of the now I guess they're called vintage from the 90s, the Gundam Wing Wave, which was one of my favorite there, and throw the characters together, you could totally do that. But let's jump into this guy because it's not about the package, it's about the figure. So I've always been a big fan of Gundams ever since Gundam Wing came out in the US back in the mid-90s. It was shown on Cartoon Network following Dragon Ball Z at the time or other anime. As you can see behind me, it was super popular. They had a line of smaller, about 4-inch, 5-inch scale characters like this guy here. And then they had the plastic model sets. So it's nice seeing these come back. They look very similar in design to these 95 scale of action figures. The package here is easy to open. It's just taped on the side, so you don't even need to tear the card back if you want. You can even reseal it and put it back in there if you want a little display, which is nice because most characters, once you get them, you're really tearing into the card back and ripping it apart. It's very obvious you did that, so it's nice that they were able to design a package that you can still reseal them if you wanted to. So here's our guy right here. You can see up close they did really nice work on those paint lines, gave him a little depth in there. Despite the smaller price point and the smaller stature of the character, they didn't sacrifice on quality. Really nice field of color here. I mean, of course, he's just the red and white design, so really mimicking how he looks in the graphic novel. I think he came out pretty great. They still show a lot of detail despite the smaller size. And of course, he's got a lot of great articulation here. There's some of the elbows and the wrists and the shoulders. You can see it in the head as well. And then on the knees, on the ankles, so even on the hips here and in the chest a little bit. So great low center of gravity, easy to balance this guy in a variety of poses if you needed to. So I always appreciate that. Other than that, you have his range of accessories here. He's got a shield, which they just have a little divot here on the arm, which is similar to, like I said, on the 95 design of figures, where these just kind of pressure fit into holes, like on the Wing Gundam over there. So yeah, the shield just sticks on right there. And then they have his sword and hilt here. Now this is a unique system. It's not quite a functional sheath. What they did is they have the hilt here that comes in and out, so you could have a sheathed look and an unsheathed look without having to take the blade in and out, essentially. So we can put this here on his hip, and then when you want to use it, essentially, you take his arm here and have to move it out of the way, but you just kind of pull this here and we'll leave it down so it has this unsheathed look. And to get it in his hand, you then take the sword, and it separates from the base of the sheath or the hilt here in order to get it into his hand, because the hands don't open, so you can't really get it to clutch the weapon otherwise. But I kind of like this because a lot of times you fuss with fingers to get them open, and over time they wear and then they don't hold the accessories anymore. So in this case, this will not wear. The hand's permanently molded shut. So as long as you slide it in there right, it's always going to stay in his hand, and will always maintain that grip. So that's pretty great. And then just that extra hilt accessory. And of course, there's the Zaku body. The legs come with, I believe, Barbados, which we already looked at. Oh no, I'm sorry. The legs come with the Wing Gundam. The accessories come with Barbados. So if you have those two, then you can start building him out. There's another weapon for him as well. It's a little gun. So that's great. That the Build-A-Figure line, I always appreciate that. It just gives it a little bit more of a bonus for getting a whole set. But there he is. I mean, you could see him. He could do a variety of action stances or battle poses or wield his sword around. So I think they really capture the look here. It's a great little design in his engineering. And we'll just show you a couple of close-ups of some different moves. And here's our pose montage. We're going to start with the chill sort of pose. We're relaxing that sword behind your head, which you see a lot of heroes do in whenever you have a sword. I just call it the chill pose. Now using some of that deep stance that you can get with the articulation here to get more of a lunge with the sword. Dropping the other accessories, as you see, just makes it a little less cumbersome, a little more action oriented, so you have that option of doing either. Or maybe you just want to mix it up and try everything on the other side. Like I said, there's peg holes on both sides, so you can totally do that. However you want to customize, arrange, or display it, you have those options. So that's our look. He's just a fun little action figure. Really nostalgic for me. Brings back that great 95 wave from the anime. So it's a nice mixture between graphic novels, anime, and other mediums that they brought this Gundam Infinity wave together. Love having the Build-A-Character. I always love Build-A-Character waves. So you can pick this guy up pretty much everywhere. I've seen him at Target. He's at Walmart. He's at fan channels. Runs about $15, $16. We'll have some links up for him if you want to purchase him or anyone else in the line. You can find them on the sites. We'll have links to the reviews we did for the other two characters we got in the past. So yeah, if you're a Gundam fan, these guys look great on your shelf. A lot of displayability, a lot of posability. Just, you know, don't take up a whole lot of space like the larger models, so you can pretty much put them anywhere. So that concludes our anime season, following up on anime month. We'll have a look at a character from the comics coming up next. I'm not going to say which comic, so you just have to tune back for that one. Outside of that, we got some other surprises coming forward for you, of course. So always like, subscribe, and follow, and we will see you guys next time.